Hello, I'm Mr. Abbott again, and we are on Learning Guide 2 here with Pre-Calculus 12, Topic 3, and we're looking at a combination of transformations. All right, so let's have a look at this first example we got here. So first of all, I just want to see and let you know what function we're dealing with. So the one I gave in this example is we're dealing with an absolute function here. All right, so these are the base coordinates of that. So it's very important to understand. So now we can get a mental picture of what this looks like, and then we can do this transformation. So let's just get that little picture visualized. It sort of looks like that in yellow. Okay, so let's go ahead now and do the transformation. Okay, so first of all, let's go inside the bracket here. And remember, things come out as the opposite. So we're going to go x plus 4. So that means it's horizontally shifting to 4 units to the right. Now these two are going to affect the y's. So 2y plus 1, which means it's vertically expanding by a factor of 2 and shifting up 1. Now once you got the mapping, and that's critical, understanding the mapping, this notation and this notation, it's basically now you're just going to plug and chug. So this 0 goes in there, so it's 4. This 2 goes into there, 6, 2, 8, 0. Now these guys are going to go into the y's. So we get 1, 5, 5, 9, and 9. So now we have the coordinates. We can now get the sketch. So over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1. And over 6, 6, up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I always draw the line before I get too many dots and I don't know where I'm going. 2 over, up 5. And 8 over, up 9. And 0 over, up 9. And there is the answer. There's the sketch of that function. Okay, so these next two, I'm going to go through with you, and you can pause and try them and see what the answers are. And these ones have a little trick to them because you'll see. So now, what I see is we have an absolute function. See this little bar here and this little bar. So again, we have these base points, because remember, those come from that. But this 2, you got to realize it's inside. So what you could do, and it helps you visualize, and it helps me visualize, you can put a bracket there and a bracket there. Because what that says now, it tells us that this 2 is inside. So it comes out as a half x. So it's really a horizontal compression by a half. And this comes out as minus 3. And this is affecting the y, so y plus 1. If there's an error in this question, some people will put 2y plus 1. They think this 2 is affecting the y, so don't do that. It's inside the bracket. Now it's time to plug and chug. So 0 goes into there. That's minus 3. 2 goes into there. That's 1. Negative 2 goes in there. That's negative 1. 4 goes in there. That's 2. Negative 4 goes in there. That's negative 2, negative 5. And 0 goes into there. That's 1, 3, 3, 5, and 5. And you get the gist. If you plug those in, you'll get your graph. Okay, so again, you can pause and have a go at this guy down here. So when I see this, again, my brain, I want to see a bracket here and a bracket there, so I know this half is coming out as an opposite, or pardon me, a reciprocal. So it's going to be 2x plus 2, because 2 is inside, and it's 3y. So again, we can plug and chug, so we get 2, 6, negative 2, 8, 10, and here we put 0 in there, we get 0, 6, 6, 12, and 12, and take these guys, and you'll get your picture. Okay, these ones I want you to try and describe now. So describing is using your words. So the one thing is, remember, you got to use the words vertical, horizontal, shift right, shift left, and if it's reciprocating, or if it's going to be a reflection. So let's look at this. Okay, the first one right here. The first thing I see, I deal with the x's right off the bat. So I know it's going left 1 unit. And this is telling me it's going up 3 units. And this guy is outside the bracket, so it is a vertical, because y is vertical, expansion by 2. Okay, so let's look at B. B, I go after the negatives right off the bat, because if I don't do it at the beginning, I will miss it. So this is a reflection on the x-axis. Okay, remember, y's are flipping over the x. Okay. Now, a way that you can remember, this is how I remember, if I sort of have a memory lapse, I think of this. Okay. So if you have a point, let's say 1, 2, all right, and this point, let's say 2, 1, if you flip over on the x-axis, it comes down to here at 2, negative 1. All right, and so if you look at it and analyze it, you can see that these guys aren't changing. The x's are not changing. The y's are changing. See these y's? And this is outside because it's affecting the y. So it's flipping over on the x-axis. That's how you can quickly do your reflections. Okay, so let's look at the rest of it. So inside the bracket, we have it's going right 1 unit, and this guy is up 1 unit, and this 2 now is a vertical expansion by 2 units. Okay, so over here, people don't see the idea of factoring. So these two here, you got some factoring. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to factor this first before you describe. So you're going to go y equals bracket 2 bracket x minus 1 bracket bracket q plus 3. All right, so this guy, y equals 1/2 bracket 2 x plus 3 over 2 bracket minus 1. All right, so that's what you have to do first before you describe. Now what you're going to do is describe. So here it's going right 1 unit. So right 1 unit. And this is going up 3 units. And this guy is doing a, inside the bracket, that's why I did the brackets, a horizontal compression by a half. Okay, this guy down here, it's going left 1.5 units. It's going down 1 unit. This guy is inside the bracket, so it is horizontal compression by a half. Don't forget to reciprocate. And this guy is a vertical compression by a half. All right, so down below here, we have a very similar one. We want to sketch this guy, but again, to sketch it, you got to factor. So let's go y equals 2 comes out, so it's x minus 2 bracket. Okay, you can put a bracket there and a bracket there. Now you can describe. So if I had to describe this guy, I would say it's going right 2 units. It has a horizontal compression by a half, and that's it. So that radical function is doing that. So now we can map to sketch. So it's going 1/2 x plus 2, and y is nothing. So we put that in there, we get 2, and we put 1 in there, so it's a half, so that's 2.5. Put 4 in there, that's 2, that's 4. Put 9 in there, that's 4.5, that's 6.5. And now put 0, 1, 2, and 3. And now we can sketch 2 over 0, 2.5 over 1, 4 over 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, 2, and 6.5, so 5, 6.5, and up 3. And that's what's going on.